Welcome back to the Kiosk Presents. Today I have two guests, Jan Ping, an Emmy Award-winning celebrity makeup artist. She's worked with the likes of Cindy Crawford and Betty White. Also, Paula Anastasia. She's an outpatient gynecology clinical nurse specialist. Ladies, welcome to the Kiosk Presents.
Thank you.
So, Jan, you've been, if I read correct, cancer-free for 8 years now?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So how did you deal with that initial diagnosis?
When I was first told, with what I do for a living, my first thought, of course, was my family and my child, and then I started to think about treatment and my ignorance on that, which was a little scary. And then I went to, I think I'm supposed to do something with this. I had no idea what that meant, but it was like my way of coping, so I thought I'm supposed to help people through this with my expertise. So I, educated myself, because the ignorance where I had absolutely no knowledge of treatment, it was very scary for me. I wasn't sure what was in front of me, and so once I talked to my doctors and nurses and educated myself, became proactive, I was able to move through my treatment, and it's doable. It's just you want to be educated.
So when you were going through chemotherapy, what were some of the myths that you had believed or you had heard that you found out weren't really quite true?
Well, I'm a single mom, and I had to work through my treatment, and I wasn't sure I could do that. I wasn't, you have all these fantasies or images of people being really down and out, and I worked through it the entire time. I exercised every day, even if it was just a little walk to the mailbox and back. But I just had a positive attitude, and I, once I was educated and I spoke to my doctors, it was a doable process. It's not fun. I don't want to do it again, but it is doable. You can get through it, and there are a lot of misconceptions out there.
So what are some beauty tips that you offer to patients who are also going through chemotherapy? Because a lot of times when you're not feeling well, you don't feel like going out, you don't feel like doing anything. But sometimes the best thing for you is to, dress up, look nice, and that'll help you feel better too.
Yeah, it's about an attitude. It's positive attitude. I always suggest to women, what I want from them is I want them to look in the mirror and go, okay, you know what? I'm good. And whatever that is, whatever look, whatever you want to do what makes you feel good, feel beautiful, and empowered. Some of the tips, because you want to be very careful for infection. You want to try and stay as healthy as possible. So you use disposable applicators, use mild soap, discard your mascara after 2 months, push your cuticles back instead of clipping them, moisturize. You just want to be very, very gentle, careful to prevent any sort of infection.
So, Paula, being a nurse in this sort of field, why is it so important for patients to be open and honest with their concerns and any questions they have with their doctors or their medical team?
Well, initially when patients are told of a cancer diagnosis and then the need for chemotherapy, it's very overwhelming. Patients don't even know what treatment or what questions to ask at that time. But there are a lot of inaccurate information out there. So asking the questions, what do I need to know? What are my specific potential side effects with this chemotherapy? Am I going to lose my hair? Am I going to have nausea? What is my risk for infection? So really being informed, being empowered. And as Jan said, the cancer and the chemo doesn't define who this person is, but helping and partnering with your doctor and nurse, getting the right education. And there's also websites, patient-friendly websites. One is chemomythsorfacts.com, and that's really helpful for patients to get more accurate information that will be reinforced by their doctor and nurse.
It is very overwhelming to get a cancer diagnosis, and there's a lot of information that comes in. So it is good to know that there's the campaign, the Chemotherapy Myths or Facts, and the website that they can go to for some extra support.
Always speak to your doctor and nurse to get the information. That's really, really important. But and know that there are resources. So thank you.
Well, ladies, Jan and Paula, thank you so much for joining us here on the Kiosk Presents to talk about chemotherapy, myths or facts.
Thank you.